This is a fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazov.com, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All your support is greatly appreciated.
Good evening. Welcome to the Jamie Glazov Moment. Tonight, Maxine's Gestapo. Ladies and gentlemen, you've probably already heard about these very frightening developments. The restaurant The Red Hen in Lexington, Virginia, refused to serve Sarah Sanders and asked her to leave. Even after Sarah left with her family and they relocated to a restaurant across the street, the Red Hen owner organized more harassment and screaming at Sarah and her family and her in-laws from the sidewalk of the other restaurant. Now, more developments now. Representative Maxine Waters urged her followers to quote-unquote push back, to harass Trump supporters at restaurants, at gas stations, at department stores. It's clear what's happening here, and it's clear what Maxine Waters is really doing. This is an incitement to violence, and this incitement of violence is being promoted against conservatives and all dissident thinkers from the left. You see, the left is no longer just happy with Antifa violence, engaging, mostly on campuses, with Antifa burning down, let's say, the UC Berkeley campus when Milo was trying to speak there, and at other times. The left's not happy with this anymore, right? They don't just want to engage in violence and shut down speech in academia and on campuses. This has to spread into society now. They have to attack conservatives at restaurants and gas stations, and even in their own homes. And this is no surprise, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of Maxine Waters. This is a fan of Fidel Castro, a mass murderer, a butcher. She's praised him many times. Back on September 9th, 2000, for instance, Waters was among the many people who greeted and honored this mass murderer, Fidel Castro, when he visited Harlem's Riverside Church. And the supporters, including Maxine Waters, were screaming, "Viva Fidel." So this just says everything about her and explains why she's doing what she's doing now. And so what are they doing now? Well, Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen was just harassed at her own home. A chanting mob has recently gathered outside White House advisor Stephen Miller's Washington, D.C.'s apartment. The crowd there was circulating a quote-unquote wanted flyer expressing the contention that Miller is guilty of quote-unquote crimes against humanity, and so he's wanted. What are they really doing here? So the left is trying to say here, in their defense, there's been a few leftists that are saying, oh, well, we're not going to attack. We're not asking anybody to attack anyone. It's just, we're just asking them to push back. So, yeah, I can just imagine Antifa's just going to approach the conservatives or Trump administration staff or officials just very politely on the street and say, we're really opposed to what you're doing, and then they're going to walk away really peacefully, right? Yeah, we know what's happening here. And we understand very well the double standards of what's happening. Because imagine if a conservative had said anything like what Maxine Waters had just said. Imagine a Republican rep that would be calling for the stalking, bullying, and harassment of liberals and of leftists. Imagine the outcry there would be from the establishment media. Imagine if Hillary or Michelle Obama were turned back at a restaurant because of their views. Imagine what would happen, not just from our establishment media, but even from the police and the legal sphere, what would happen. You see, there's double standards involved here. And so what's really happening? Something very scary, ladies and gentlemen, because leftist fascism is growing, it's escalating, and leftists are unmasking themselves. The mask is coming right off because the left, it likes to masquerade that it's for social justice and equality and humanitarianism and inclusiveness and diversity, but none of that is really what the left is for. The left is for shutting down by violence anybody that thinks differently. And we've always known that. But now in America, it's getting uglier and uglier. And what we saw that just happened with Sarah Sanders, what we're seeing happening at Stephen Miller's apartment, what we're seeing at what Maxine Walters is really calling for, what we're really seeing here is the Nazi brown shirts rising up in America, the Maoist Red Guards rising up in America. Just read about how the Khmer Rouge started. Read about the Cultural Revolution in China. That's what's happening here, and it's beginning to escalate. This is the fascist left showing itself for what it really is. And Stalinism and Nazism is the final outcome of these seeds of the left that are sprouting, because that's really what the left is all about. The left is Stalinism and fascism at its core, and it's showing itself right now. And make no mistake, this is going to grow and this is going to escalate. For those of us that believe in freedom, that believe in democracy, that really believe in diversity and inclusiveness, we have to call what's happening right now by its real name. And we have to protect ourselves and our freedoms from this fascism, which means we have to protect ourselves from the left and from Maxine's Gestapo. Spread the information, protect ourselves, defend our freedoms and democracy from Maxine's Gestapo. We'll see you on the next Jamie Glazov Moment. Good night.